What if the last Neanderthal on Earth wasn't killed by a rival, wasn't wiped out by a volcano, and didn't die in some dramatic battle you'd see in a movie? What if the truth is so much quieter and so much stranger that scientists are still arguing about it today? For decades, we told ourselves a simple story: cavemen versus cavemen. Smarter humans beat the brutes. Case closed. But new evidence is tearing that story apart. And what's replacing it is honestly more unsettling. Before we get into it, if you love uncovering the hidden truths behind human history, hit subscribe to the Primal Logic, because this channel exists for exactly this kind of mystery. Okay, let's go back. Way back. Roughly 40,000 years ago, Europe looked nothing like it does now. Ice sheets crept across the land. Mammoths wandered frozen valleys. And for over 300,000 years, one species ruled this brutal landscape. Not us. Them. The Neanderthals. They weren't the dumb, hunched-over brutes cartoons love to draw. They had brains as large as ours, sometimes larger. They made tools. They controlled fire. They buried their dead. Some evidence even suggests they created art. They survived ice ages that would have crushed most species into extinction. So here's the question that keeps anthropologists up at night. If they were tough enough to survive 100,000 winters, why did they disappear the moment we showed up? For a long time, the popular answer was violence. Homo sapiens arrive, Homo sapiens conquer. Simple, cinematic, satisfying. But here's where things get weird. Archaeologists have spent decades searching for mass graves, battle wounds, signs of an ancient genocide. And they found almost nothing. No burned villages, no stockpiled weapons, no smoking gun. It's like searching for a crime scene and finding a suspiciously clean room instead. So if it wasn't war, what was it? This is where the story shifts from a battle to something closer to a slow, invisible unraveling. Imagine a small group of Neanderthals, maybe 20 individuals, moving through a valley in what is now modern-day Spain. They know this land. Every ridge, every hunting ground, every safe cave. For thousands of years, this rhythm has worked. But now, faint smoke rises on the horizon. New footprints appear near the river. Strange tools, strange language, strange people. Homo sapiens have arrived. And these newcomers aren't stronger. They aren't smarter in some obvious way. But they have something the Neanderthals don't. Numbers. Modern humans traveled and lived in larger, more interconnected social networks. More people meant more innovation, more trade, more shared knowledge passed between groups. Neanderthals, by contrast, lived in small, isolated clusters. Brilliant, but scattered. And in evolution, isolation is a quiet killer. Small populations are fragile. A single harsh winter, one bad hunting season, one disease outbreak, and the damage doesn't just hurt individuals. It can unravel an entire genetic lineage. Speaking of disease, here's where scientists were completely surprised. When researchers began sequencing ancient DNA, they discovered something nobody expected. Neanderthals and modern humans didn't just cross paths. They had children together. Yes, really. If you have European or Asian ancestry, there's a real chance a small percentage of your DNA is Neanderthal. Your brain is basically saying, wait, what? But before you picture a peaceful blending of two species holding hands into history, here's the twist. That interbreeding may have actually accelerated their extinction. Every time a Neanderthal mated with a Homo sapien, their genetic lineage became diluted. Generation after generation, distinct Neanderthal traits could get absorbed into the larger, faster-growing human population. Slowly, quietly, like ink dispersing into water until the original color disappears. It's not annihilation, it's dissolution. But interbreeding alone doesn't explain everything. There's another suspect in this ancient mystery: climate. The world was shifting. Ice ages were intensifying. Temperatures swung wildly. Ecosystems that Neanderthals depended on for food were transforming faster than their populations could adapt. Homo sapiens, with broader social networks and more diverse tools, may have adjusted faster. Neanderthals, brilliant hunters of large game, may have struggled as their prey disappeared. Nature clearly didn't hand out participation trophies. Now here's a detail that changes the emotional weight of this whole story. Genetic evidence shows Neanderthal populations were shrinking long before modern humans even arrived in large numbers. That means the extinction wasn't a single dramatic collision. It was the final chapter of a slow decline that had already begun. This is where the story turns from mystery to something closer to tragedy. Picture a Neanderthal mother in a cave lit by firelight. Her children sleep beside her. Outside, the wind screams through a colder world than the one her ancestors knew. She doesn't know she's part of the last few thousand of her kind. She just knows the hunt was harder this year, that the group is smaller than it used to be, that some nights the silence outside feels heavier than before. There was no final battle, no last stand, just quiet nights, one after another, until one day there were none left to light a fire at all. But here's where things get even stranger. Because Neanderthals didn't fully disappear. They live inside us. Literally. Certain genes inherited from Neanderthals may influence things like immune response, skin pigmentation, even how some people process pain or handle certain diseases. It's like evolution accidentally left a save file buried inside our own genome. They didn't vanish. They became part of the next chapter. So, was it war? No. Was it disease? Partly. Was it climate? Partly. Was it slow genetic absorption through interbreeding? Also partly. The disturbing truth isn't a single villain. It's that extinction, real extinction, often isn't a single event. It's 1,000 small disadvantages stacking up until survival simply becomes impossible. No dramatic ending, no cinematic death blow, just biology, quietly deciding who continues and who doesn't. And that raises an unsettling question about us. Homo sapiens survived because we had networks, adaptability, and numbers. But what happens when future conditions change again? When the environment shifts faster than we can adapt? Are we the survivors of this story? Or are we simply the current chapter in the same slow pattern that erased the Neanderthals? If you enjoyed exploring this mystery, subscribe to the Primal Logic for more fascinating stories about humans, nature, science, and the hidden reasons behind the world around us.